Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us, spending your lunchtime with us. Really appreciate it. I am Hooman Javidan-Nejad, Director of Performance Marketing at MNTN. My team and I are responsible for generating new demand, capturing existing demand, and then we measure the impact of everything that we do on revenue and growth. And I am excited to share with you some of the connected TV advertising campaigns that we launched for ourselves and how we were able to unlock TV advertising for B2B brands. And it's a topic that I'm really looking forward to share with you. So the key takeaway from today's presentation is you can actually reach your valuable prospects with TV, generate demand, and that will make the sales cycle to be a lot shorter with anything else that you probably do with other digital advertising channels. And when you think about B2B digital advertising, TV advertising is not the first channel that it comes to your mind. And the goal of this presentation is to share with you that it's possible to run TV advertising and make it work for B2B brands. Because we did it, it worked for us, so it might as well work for other B2B brands. So getting into today's agenda, obviously how connected TV unlocks advertising for B2B brands, and which CTV tools and technologies you will need to create success when you're running connected TV advertising, how B2B businesses can use CTV to generate demand, which is absolutely different from capturing the existing demand. You run CTV to create new demand, which is a lot more valuable than just capturing the existing demand. And why CTV is better than other channels. And I'm going to make a case that for 95% of B2B companies, when they talk to them, they say we do demand generation. And 90% of their ad dollars spent is spent on paid search, which is to capture existing demand. Paid search, a text ad on Google search result is not going to create demand for whoever is in the market for your product. But you can create demand with connected TV advertising, and we're gonna compare CTV as a channel to the other channels that B2B companies use today. So getting started here, when you look at the history of TV advertising for B2B brands, it's not actually a long history because of the limitations that TV advertising has. I'm sure like the most TV advertising encounter that you guys had is like a quiet Sunday afternoon that you might have seen a General Electric or Boeing advertisement during the PGA golf tournament because they assume that, all right, whoever is watching golf tournament is their target prospect. And that's it. That's as good as it gets when it comes to linear TV advertising in terms of audience targeting. It's really broad. And for that reason, unfortunately, B2B was not able to use TV advertising as a channel. And that's unfortunate because if we know one thing, there is nothing like TV advertising in terms of having the captive audience and being able to drawing audience attention. Everybody knows that. Like TV advertising is the ultimate channel for storytelling. And B2B brands were not just able to use it up until now because it's inefficient for them. It's very expensive. You cannot target business audiences with linear TV advertising, and there is no way to measure performance. So for those reasons, all linear TV advertising, all TV advertising were mostly for large B2C brands, large companies, classic TV advertising. And we believe that connected TV advertising as a technology has changed that. Like now it's possible for B2B brands to achieve all of that. And as a B2B marketer, when I look at a digital marketing, digital advertising channel, there are certain boxes that needs to be checked for me to believe that that channel is gonna work. Like, am I able to target and reach my exact target audience with that channel? Tick. Am I able to measure the performance of those campaigns? Tick. is that a channel that I want to put my brand on that channel? Is that channel a brand safe channel? Is that serving the purpose of my brand? Tick. So because we are B2B marketer ourselves, we know what works. We realize that connected TV advertising hits all those boxes for us. And so for that reason, we decided to use this channel, and we made it work for us. And I am excited to share with you the two creatives that our Chief Creative Officer, Ryan Reynolds, built for us. And we did A/B test. You know, all digital marketers and advertisers, they love A/B testing. We all do it across paid search, paid social. It's very native to those ad platforms. And you can actually do that with connected TV advertising. You can have different creatives, and you can run those creatives and see which one performs better. And that's what we did. We had A version, we had a B version, and we ran a test, A/B test. And the way that we had structured our TV advertising campaigns were that we had a prospecting campaign targeting marketers based on their job title, seniority, and their function. You can actually do that with connected TV advertising. The same way that you do on LinkedIn, you can target people based off of their job title, seniority, and all that, and that was our prospecting campaign. We had a separate campaign, retargeting. And whoever had visited our website, mountain.com, we were retargeting them with CTV ads. So only our website visitor were served with these TV ads. And the last one was the matched audience campaign against the entire CRM data that we had for ABM accounts. And I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more on those three campaigns, but the way we structured it, because we wanted to reach the entire funnel, higher funnel, mid funnel, and bottom funnel. And we're gonna look at the A version and the B version, and we're gonna learn which one performed better. Can we please play the A and B version?
Hey there, it's Ryan Reynolds, and if you're seeing this, you probably work in the marketing world. Now, I just wanted to let you know that my marketing firm, Maximum Effort, is merging with Mountain, which is one of the fastest growing companies in ad tech. They've built an amazing self-serve connected TV platform, which, not coincidentally, we use to upload this video. Now, if you're not in marketing, I apologize, you must be very confused. Visit mountain.com to schedule a demo. Unless you're not in marketing, which, again, massive apologies.
That was A. Now let's look at the B version of that.
This is Mountain. This is your brand on Mountain. Any questions? Yes, you probably have a ton. This is a pretty blind opening. Anyway, Mountain is one of the fastest growing connected TV platforms, and they just merged with Maximum Effort, the creative marketing company owned by this guy. No, this guy. That's why the mountain volcano metaphor kind of works. It's great tech, and it's great creative in one place. Visit mountain.com for more details. Don't worry, there's no lava.
Please. So that was two versions of creative, and one of them, the first one, we had Ryan in front of camera, and it was actually addressing marketers. So if you are in the marketing, we would have never been able to run a TV campaign that is specific to our target audience if we were not able to target marketers. Imagine you launch a broad campaign and you're targeting half of the nation and say, hey, marketers, it would be irrelevant and it wouldn't work. So with that level of precision audience targeting, you are able to have a messaging personalized to your target audience, and that was exactly what was happening in the A version. And in A version, we had Ryan looking at camera, addressing marketers. In the second version, we didn't have Ryan, we just had his voiceover. And we were curious to learn which style of ad performed better. How many of you think the A version performed better? How many of you think the B? How many of you think the A version performed better? All right, nice. How many of you think that the B version performed better? Right? Almost 50-50. Oh, all right. I see another hand there. So change the 50-50 a little bit. But let's look at some of the results. So I'm going to have Ryan joining Imani Clark, our CS team member, and he's going to discuss the results of the A/B test. Well, I think Ryan is awesome too because he created these brilliant ads for us. But one of the learnings for us was that when you launch an experiment with any digital channel, leave your assumptions at the door. There were a lot of our team members that they were assuming that, all right, the first version, the A version, because it was Ryan featuring Ryan and he was in the ad, it's going to perform better. But we were surprised that the B version performed better, and it performed a lot better. Like the visit rate was 117% higher than the A version. And that's just a reminder to all of us as digital marketers to do tests. Just don't assume what you think might perform. And what was really interesting was that we were able to measure a lot of those results in a third-party analytics software. Everybody is familiar with GA, Google Analytics. So in addition to our platform reporting, marketers are able to measure, track, and see results in the softwares that they rely alongside all the other digital channels. The same way that you guys measure performance of your other digital channels. You see traffic, conversion, source, and medium in Google Analytics for your Facebook ads, for your LinkedIn ads, for all the other channels that you are driving traffic to your website and conversions sources and all that. You are able to see Mountain Performance TV as source and medium in Google Analytics. The campaign that we ran, at that time, it drove just over 23% of our monthly traffic to our website. It was sourced from Mountain Performance TV. Share of conversion was just over 16%, which for that month, surprisingly, it was higher than the percentage of conversions sourced from paid search, and the main channel for all B2B marketers. Cost per visit, 6.72. Compare that to cost per click for LinkedIn, which is the average is over $10. The last one, which is my favorite one, verified visit rate. Compare that to click-through rate. For LinkedIn, the average is 0.4%. That's the average click-through rate on LinkedIn. It means that out of 1,000 impressions on LinkedIn, only 4 people click on that ad. 996 people, they don't click on your LinkedIn ad. Verified visit rates means that out of the millions of the people or hundreds of thousands of the people that we were able to reach, and they were our target audience, just over 3% of them, they ended up on our website. They visited on our website on a window that we had defined. It was 30 days. You can define it as 7 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever it works for you. You are able to measure and track the website visits driven from your TV ads. And that's pretty compelling for B2B marketers who are used to measure and track performance. So TV now is another scalable performance marketing digital channel alongside paid search and paid social. You don't have to run the old playbook of let's do just paid search and be limited in paid social. There is another viable channel that can work for B2B brands. Getting a little bit deeper here, so how do you do it? How do you launch an effective connected TV advertising? Well, to make it short, just do what we did because it worked for us. And what does that mean? First step, invest in the right solution. It means that your connected TV advertising platform, you should be able to do audience targeting and a lot of that, because at the end of the day, your campaign is going to be as good as your audience targeting. And the more options that you have for audience targeting, the better you can get your message relevant to your target audience and hit them. So that's very important for any CTV solution. Access to premium inventory. We have created a network of premium streaming TV platforms and networks. All the major news networks, CNN, CNBC, all the above, all the major streaming platforms, Hulu, Pluto TV, any streaming option out there, we have created a partnership with them, and it's absolutely brand safe because for B2B or any marketing, it's important that where your ads are served. Is this like a proper distribution channel for your brand. Next one, creative management, A/B testing. We just saw how we did it. That's another piece. Accurate measurement. It's important to be able to measure and track performance. Let's get a little bit deeper about each of these areas. When we talk about a lot of audience targeting option, one of the options is that get the guesswork out of your audience targeting. Instead of sitting there and trying to make a guess that these type of audiences might be interested, should I go with this criteria or that criteria, you can just grab a list of all the email addresses and contacts that you have in your CRM from your ABM accounts that identified by sales team, whoever has identified that, the accounts and companies that you actually want to work with. You can grab all those email addresses, upload into our platform, and only those people will see your ad. I mean, it can't get as more accurate and more qualified than this. Instead of, shall I go with interest-based targeting? Shall I go with job functions and titles and all that? Those might be relevant too, but this is like it really takes the guesswork out of your audience targeting. So you can do ABM, you can do lower funnel strategies with CTV, which is pretty cool. Another way to reach your audience is to use other targeting criteria, job title, industry, some of those targeting criteria that we're familiar for LinkedIn advertising. All of that is possible with our solution is called Performance TV, Mountain Performance TV. We are partnered with Oracle Data Cloud. They are the largest audience provider in the world, and there are millions of audiences that you can identify and track that are relevant to the business, and you want to get your message in front of them. And what we suggest is to be really thorough, so have a campaign dedicated to this type of audience targeting, have another campaign for your ABM, and have another campaign also for retargeting your website visitors if you have a good traffic to your website. And why CTV is the ultimate channel for demand generation? Because demand generation is such a buzzword, and I feel like everybody that we were talking to, all these our friends and vendors at the show, we're talking to them, what do you do? We do demand gen. You talk to B2B marketers, what do you do? I generate demand. And when you ask them what do you do, they tell you that they run a lot of paid search. In fact, they spend 90% of their budget in paid search, which is not really for capturing demand. Paid search is great for capturing the existing demand, but it's not for generating demand. By running paid search, you're not generating any demand. And there are B2B marketers that run paid social on LinkedIn, Facebook, all day long. They gate content to capture email addresses, and they call it lead. They pass it to sales, and sales has to chase just an email address that has no intention to buy. They just were curious to see what was your content. Maybe they just wanted to learn and do something similar, but they have no intention to buy. And that's the old playbook that everybody probably was valid 10 years ago when sales was not able to capture those email addresses on their own. Our sales team today can capture email addresses from any account, from any title that they want with 5 to 10 cents with Zoom info and any other data enrichment. So they don't need me to gate content and take the content in custody to just give them an email address that has no intention to buy. They would be interested if I drive demand, generate demand, and those buyers will be ready to buy. Whenever they are ready to buy, they're going to come to our website, they're going to raise their hand, and they're going to be ready for demo because I have hit them with the relevant message on connected TV and across all the other channels. This is not a pitch to let's not do paid search, let's not do paid social. We should absolutely do paid search, we should absolutely do paid social, but you should have a right mindset. Use paid search to capture existing demand, use social and awareness channels and connected TV to drive demand, but don't gate content on paid social because it's just going to limit it to just handful of people that downloading your content. And we believe connected TV is the ultimate channel for generating demand because the ads are not skippable. So if you use our platform, the completion rate for the ads are over 98% because nobody can skip them. And they are only run during the episodic shows. So your target audience is in front of the largest screen in the household at a time that they're relaxing on the couch, they're watching their favorite show, and they are committed to watch that show for over 20 minutes because our ads are only served during the shows that are over 20 minutes. So because they are committed to watch those shows, they might as well watch your TV ads. And if you have done a good job in your audience targeting, your ad is going to be relevant to them. So they're not going to be annoyed or dismissed. And you do that, and you are instantly making yourself different from the rest of your competition because your competitor is not doing that. Your competitor is playing the old game. They're doing all that paid social, LinkedIn ad, gated content to just capture the leads with no intent, and sales has to chase them. For those reasons, we believe CTV is the ultimate ad channel to create new demand, and you're able to obviously measure the impact of that too. And that's really where the real juice in marketing is. That's why I am in marketing today. Like my education background is engineering, and then I did a lot of business strategy consulting for years and years. But I learned one thing. I learned that if you do marketing in the right way, companies can achieve business success, any business success, a lot faster than anything else. And when you do it with this approach, with demand generation, sales is going to scale a lot faster. Sales cycle is going to get shorter. And whatever success is for your B2B brand, whether you want to close different funding rounds, whether it's going to fundamentally change the growth trajectory of your company. If you do the real marketing, and if you can get off the lead gen hamster wheel, no offense, but that's what I call it because it's a different mindset. You have to shift from lead gen to demand gen with the right mindset to each channels to make it work. And it has certainly worked for us. And one of my talking point is that our sales team, which we are here with us today, they can confirm, they have never missed their sales quota in the past 2 years. And we have aggressive sales quota because when they call their prospects, when they email them, so many times they find themselves in the conversation, oh, I saw your ad, your mountain. That ad was very cool. And so they're familiar. They have easier conversations, and those ads are driving high intent leads. They come to our website. Hopefully you have a conversion optimized website so it can convert the qualified traffic to leads and conversions. And those are the leads that I want to pass to sales. A wise man told me once, happy sales, happy life. And I think if there's one thing we all as B2B marketers can relate is that. And I always tell that to our team is that our job, the definition of our job is very simple. Our job is to make sales job easy. And if your sales team is finding themselves in good situation in terms of hitting their quota and closing deals, means that the marketing you're running is probably working. So a couple of key takeaways before we open this for questions. Thanks to connected TV, CTV, B2B brands can now take advantage of TV advertising, which we believe it's a big deal. And we believe CTV is the biggest opportunity in digital advertising because I think B2B has not realized that still that they can use it. You get all the benefits of a digital channel from targeting perspective to measurement. And lastly, you can capture high intent leads, the ones that are going to have a faster sales cycle, and it's going to complement your demand gen strategy because CTV by its nature is the ultimate channel for driving demand. Thanks very much for joining, guys.